The Monza circuit, the Autodromo Nazionale Monza circuit returns here this weekend to be featured with the Italian F4. And what an exciting weekend we've had so far, with action aplenty here. With all the Italian fans lining up here to watch the Italian F4 race here. Of course, the first race out for the day for the Italian F4 cars. Indeed, it was a very good win for not Freddie Slater. It was a very good win for King Nakamura Berta last time out in race 2. We now head to race 3 of the overall championship here this round. This race is going to be quite important for everybody. Here, let's send it down to Alcola.
Hello, everyone. Yes, sure. Project coordinator of Women in Motorsport at the FIA. That means that I oversee and coordinate all the programs and projects where females are involved at FIA and across all levels and all championships. More in particular, we are here in Monza this weekend because we hosted our very first event of FIA Girls on Track during the FIA Kumo TCR World Tour Italian stage. So on Thursday, we hosted more than 80 girls, age 8 to 18. We are at the track and they had some activities, they meet with people working in the industry, they had some behind the scenes. And this is the aim of our program that we organize all over the world, always in collaboration with our promoters, first of all, but also with ASMs. And yeah, that's the scope of the commission, of the Women in Motorsport Commission, to empower females at all ages, so starting from the grassroots with karting, but also girls that are just fans and want to be part of our sport, because of course we want them to be as much as possible integrated. And
so more and more international, more and more serious, more and more rules.
Exactly, yeah. We are increasing the number of events. This year our calendar is going crazy because we hosted events with WEC already and now with TCR, but we don't have to forget that we also have more than 20 events already with Formula E. Some of them are still need to do, but others have been done already, and we had across the world more than 3,000 girls that have been part of the program so far, just in 2025.
So is it difficult to find women that want to be in this world or not?
It's not difficult. I might tell you that when we opened the application for the program, we received so many that we need to do a selection, which of course is not easy. But that's, of course, it's a good result for us because it means that there's plenty of girls that want to be part of the sport that we all are part of.
It's more about the young ladies or more women, and they want to be more drivers or maybe technical?
Actually, I was surprised when I first started this job because they don't just want to be drivers. Of course, we have girls that want to be drivers, but most of them want to be engineers. Some of them want to be journalists, others want to be mechanics. So it's all roles, which is what we need.
From where?
All across the globe, I can tell you. There's no specific area where we have more girls. It's incredible, but it's a good result.
And here in Italy?
Here in Italy, we had mainly girls from the region, of course, because we are close to Monza, which is the speed, motorway speed. So a lot of them were from the area, but we also got girls from all across cities. So Rome, Turin, Milan, of course, is close by, but yeah.
Thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Bye.
nice to have Miss Susanna Coletta on the grid. Remember her name, she is highly talented and extremely well respected in the paddock herself. Joining us from across the border in Switzerland, Susanna Coletta representing Women in Motorsport as the crowd build here. We think back to the trailblazers, Lela Lombardi, Desiree Wilson, who muscled the 956 Rothmans Porsche in Group C racing in the 80s. To name just a few. Let's go down and hear from the Chinese driver, Yuman Qi.
Hey Newman, you have been lighting quick but unlikely with penalties. What's your approach to race 3?
So my race 3, obviously we're gonna try to avoid the penalties, but we're gonna push like as we always do and get in the front, and we'll see what happens.
Zhou Guanyu from the People's Republic of China racing with the Prema Racing team in this, the Italian F4 Championship back in 2016. He did have 2 seasons in Formula One. Don't be surprised if Newman Qi is on the grid in the FIA Formula One World Championship in the years to come. He starts out at grid 6 alongside Max Popov, who set the fastest lap of the race yesterday, and he's down on the grid speaking with Laura Kohler.
So Max, the fastest lap in race 2, so do you have the speed to win for the first time this year?
Yeah, of course, just didn't have the opportunity to fight yesterday for anything at the top due to some incidents, but today is a different day, it's a good weather, and we know the speed is there, we're ready to fight, and yeah, everything's good.
Any chance for you, good luck.
A storming drive from Max yesterday, was in the gravel, had to pit for a new front wing, and came back from 36th to 15th and did set the fastest lap of the race. He starts on the 3rd row of the grid alongside Newman Qi. A beautiful sunny morning here, just getting back to that point. Susanna Coletta representing the FIA, and some great trailblazers in World Motorsport. Desiree Wilson, Lela Lombardi. Remember Janet Guthrie.
Let's take a look at the grid. It's King Nakamura Berta on the front row with Sebastian Weldon, Lucas Amalisto, Saline Hammer in P4. So a bit of a different grid, but the top 2 in the championship are on the front row of the grid. Maximilian Popov in P5 alongside Newman Qi. Bondarev, who led in race 1 for a couple laps and spun, but Harrison in P8. Bondarev in P7. David Cosma Christopher starting P9, Dante Vici, who ended up with a mechanical failure on the formation lap. Alexander Ruta in P11, Kostic in P12, Artem Severukin in P13, Kabir Anurag in P14, Marcus Sater in P15, Gabriela Gomez in P16, who has the pace. Can he make his way up the field in the US racing? With the US racing team. Enya Frey in P17, Badr Al-Sagdi in P18, Luca Visanaristo in P19, Emila Oliveri in P20, Jan Collar in P21, Teo Schropp in P22, Javier Herrera in P23, Arthur Loma in P24. There with the Viola Formula Racing team sitting way back down there in P24. Maxine Ram and Alex Powell in P26. Andrea Charles Dup in P27. Elia Wuswi in P28. The German starting way back down there in P28. Won't be happy with that. David Walter in P29. Alessandro Zavinkov in P30, Franco P. Coppola in P31, Levigo Busso in P32, the Italian driver, and Peyton Westcott in P33, and Emily Cotti in P34, Phil Collins Strange in P35, Andrea Rodriguez in P36, rounding the grid out. The drivers head off on their formation lap here to get this race underway. There's 36 drivers. 4 drivers are not going to be able to make it in this race, quite unfortunately, here, as it's quite early on over there in Italy. I think it's around about 8 a.m. over there in state of Italy. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers get off the line because of the amount of times we've seen incidents off the line already throughout this weekend. So it's going to be interesting to see if these drivers can actually get off the line safely without any incidents in this one. But yeah, Italian F4 has definitely brought a bit of action to the weekend here in the last race of the weekend before next weekend's quite packed schedule of the High-Tech Oil Super Series. We have the Spa 24 Hours on, which I'm going to be streaming some of that. I'm also going to be streaming Formula One as well, so quite a packed weekend. But no Freca, no Italian F4. Freca is the weekend after, and then of course followed by I think Formula One the weekend after that. So there's still a bit of streaming next weekend, probably the busiest weekend I've had so far. But you can see the other thing that's happened to this circuit is that the curbs have been downgraded in terms of the size as the track temperature reaches 31 degrees ambient, 26. Beaming sunlight on the circuit is just got up to 32 on our weather center here. So 32 degrees track temperature such early on in the morning over there in Italy. It's around about 9 a.m. over there in Italy, so quite early on in the morning, and for it to be that hot ambient, I can only imagine what it's going to be like for TCR and Italian GT, which of course will be on a bit later on in the day. But TCR, the main focus, but right now it's time for Italian F4. Italian GT, of course, are going to be on the track after TCR, so TCR will be running after this. I think it's TCR Italy after TCR, then Italian GT, then yeah, so it's going to be quite a good weekend. Matteo Losa will be in the commentary box covering the Acci Sport Racing world feed. So the world feed, Matteo Leah up in the commentary box, just in case, of course, we need him in this one. The VAR racing team are going to be keeping a keen eye on the world feed here. Mario Valencia up in the commentary box as well. So those two will be covering the world feed for me here. This race is about to get epic. King Nakamura Berta and Weldon on the front row of the grids. We're about to get quite a race. The green flag will wave at the back of the grid in a few moments' time, and the lights will come on, and it will be lights out, and away we go in a few moments' time. These drivers lining up at the back of the grids. We are about to get some action in Italian F4. What are we going to see? Nobody knows. As the final few cars line up at the back of the grid. And the green flag commences in a few moments' time. There it is. Green flag at the back of the grid. 3, 4, 5. Lights. And it's lights out. And away we go for Italian F4. What a start from a car, the VAR car in behind. I think that was Newman Chi who got a beautiful start off the line. Who leads into turn 1? It's King Nakamura Berta leading into turn 1. Newman Chi on the outside there. Looking possibly for third place. Is that Gomez as well? Looking up the inside. Who takes that second place off Weldon? I wonder who that is. As they go around the outside, there's a car off the road cutting the chicane. I think that's Gomez off the road down there at turn 1. But a start that is quite good from everybody in the pack here. Nakamura Berta leads over Weldon and Samalisto in P3. Samalisto down the inside and takes the lead off Weldon. Takes second place off Weldon. There's a puncture up. I think that's a puncture, unless that's just a lock up on the right front. But apart from that, everything seems to be quite good. Race control start under investigation for possibly a driver back down the back of the fields. Start under investigation by race control. And it's battling all over the field at the moment. It's hard to keep up. Indeed, quite hard to keep up. But what a start from King Nakamura Berta, who leads on the first opening laps. It is by Samalisto in P2. There's a broken front wing. Samalisto, who just nearly went off the road. Now it's up to Weldon and Newman Chi in behind him to possibly make a move. And I think, oh, 2 cars in the wall, that's big. Is that Newman Chi? I don't know, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure, but there are 2 cars in the fence and in the fence hard. King Nakamura Berta, who will lead under safety car here in race 3 for Italian F4. 28 minutes to go in this one. Now, I was thinking that was a clean start, but far from it. 2 cars in the barrier, what looked to be at turn 6 and turn 5 and turn 6 or turn 7, I think it was. Turn 6 and turn 7, which is the second chicane on the circuit. So that's not good. 2 cars in the barrier. Safety car has been is now out, and those tyres have taken quite a clobbering there. So this might take a bit longer than what expected. Of course, the casual Monday afternoon stream. It's not just a Monday afternoon stream. We have the official 2-hour endurance car, the official 2-hour go-kart endurance race tomorrow. I'm going to be live from 5:30 tomorrow to stream the first practice. I think there's 4 practice sessions that are going to go on. I'm going to be one of them. There's going to be another one. The actual 2 practice sessions, but there's 4 practice sessions to happen before qualifying. The first practice session from 5:15, the next one from 5:25, drivers briefing from 5:30, and then we have 5:35 drivers briefing, qualifying from 6:30 p.m. So qualifying from 6:30 p.m. Then followed by the race from 6:50. So plenty to go by. The casual Monday afternoon stream, but in a different location. It's going to be fun. I'm really excited for tomorrow afternoon here when that does happen. But back to the racing. It is King Nakamura Berta who leads over Lucas Samalisto. I think Newman Chi sitting back there in 4th. But what a start from King Nakamura Berta. We're gonna get a replay of the start in a few moments' time. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you? It is now nighttime for me, morning for you. There you go. Now we're even. Now we are even. It's nighttime for me, daytime for you. It's yeah. Sorry, you didn't actually have to stay up that late last night. You genuinely didn't. All good. What about you? I'm good. I'm good. You genuinely didn't have to stay up that late last night. You didn't. I mean, yeah. But thank you for joining anyway. Yeah, it's always a struggle to keep up with the streams. Yeah, because we're in different time zones. Next week, you're going to miss out on about 3 streams. I've got one from 9 a.m. my time. I've then got one from 12 p.m. my time. And I've also got one from 8 a.m. my time. And then one from 11 a.m. my time. So you're going to miss out on about 5 streams next week. And they're all going to be about an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours long. But you're not going to miss out on tomorrow's stream. It's probably, well, I always trying to find, yeah, that's the good thing. That's why you are mod. That's why, and you know what? It's time. Wait, I'm going to, wait. Can I upgrade your mod, please? No, I can't. No, it says remove standard moderator. Wait, okay. Wait, don't worry. I've got a plan. We've got a plan. I've got a plan, but the plan's not in action. Wait. Oh, this plan is now in action. You're going to be added as managing moderator. So add as moderator, managing. Boom. Okay, so you're back. What are you trying to do? I'm trying to make you managing moderator. You're now managing moderator, which means you can time me out. You're now managing moderator. I think you can put on slow mode, subscriber mode only, and all that sort of stuff. You can do that sort of stuff now. Now you're managing moderator. So, yeah. You're the only person in my stream that is managing moderator. The only person in my stream. So, you can now turn on sub-only mode. You can ban people now. You can... That's quite an honour. Well, that's what you get for coming to streams at nearly midnight your time. That's what you get. Why did that sound like evil? Why? Thanks. That's okay. That is A-okay. And thank you for being so supportive. Truly appreciated. Truly. There was this guy that came into stream yesterday and he said that I'll try and come to every stream. And still he hasn't come to any streams. So that just shows that you stay up until 1 a.m. to come to stream and show support. That's epic. I love that. I love that. That's what I love about different time zones. Always. Yes, always. Always. Always you stay up late. It's epic. But you know you don't have to. You know in those situations you can just go to bed. You know you can just go to bed in those situations. I really don't mind. I mean, as long as you come into streams at like 6 p.m. at night for me, I'm fine with that. You know, I'm fine with that. Anything that suits you, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Anyways, under safety car here, King Nakamura Berta leads over Lucas Samalisto, Weldon, and then Newman Chi in P4. I thought Newman Chi ended up in the barrier, so this might take a while here because that barrier, so that two cars ended up in the barrier. I think it was at turn 6 and turn 7, so after the second chicane. Well, I always try at least to come in and say hi, and as long as I'm not tired. Yeah, as long as you do that, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. So it's cool to chat here. You have a fun commentary too. Yeah, I do. There was the first guy. I remember the first guy that came in, and he still comes to streams every so often. The first guy that came in, I was doing the Bathurst 6 hour, Bathurst 12 hour practice and all that sort of stuff. I streamed for 6.5 hours, and that one guy stayed for 6.5 hours. He hasn't come to give me. He hasn't come since then to give mod, but he stayed for the whole 6.5 hours, and he was in America. That's dedication. Yeah, he stayed for the whole 6.5 hours, and like, oh, yeah, that was. Oh, he still hasn't come to stream. 6.5 hours. He was in America, and it was like, oh, I started stream at, I think it was during the holidays. It was 9 a.m. for me, so it probably would have been about 7 p.m. and he stayed up all night practically. That's real dedication. He stayed up all night. He lives in America. I think he went to America for a holiday, he said. And, yeah, that's crazy. I know. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. He stayed. That man, salutes to him. I couldn't do that. Oh my god. Nah. But to this day, I still haven't seen him in my chat to be able to give him managing moderator. He deserves it. He didn't come the next day. That's probably because he was extremely tired. If he came the next day, oh my god, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. I should have gave him managing mod before I ended my stream that day. I regret it. Yeah, well, maybe one day. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully that man comes back. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that, Elizabeth. Sorry about that. Family things. Sorry about that. BRB, okay. So there you go, race control have confirmed that's the safety car will be in this lap here. Sorry about that. Anyways, the safety car is in this lap. 18.5 minutes to go, plus 1 lap. So this one's going to be good. Safety car is in. We will be going back to green flag racing. Now, how King Nakamura Berta takes this is really important here. How he takes this is going to be quite important here. How he takes this is going to be important. How he restarts this race with 18 minutes to go in this one. Race control confirmed. Safety car is in this lap. King Nakamura Berta leads over Lucas Samalesto. Can we get a clean start here in Italian F4? Italian F4. Can we get a cleanish restart here in Italian F4? But the safety car will be in this lap. Now, King Nakamura Berta has a chance here today to extend his championship lead of what was 20... Oh, I need to remember. I think it's 41 points, that championship lead, which is big for 25-point race wins. I think it's... No, it might be close to 52 points. I checked this morning at the end of race 2, and it said something close to that. But we're about to get race start here for Italian F4. This is going to be good. 17 minutes to go. What do these drivers have in store for us to take us to the line? You can see he's back to the field right up. This is going to be important here. Of course, that first safety, if there wasn't a safety car, I reckon King Nakamura Berta would have pulled away in this one. I reckon he would have pulled away if it wasn't for the first safety car that ended up happening. He leads, and the safety car lights are out. Right, the safety car is in the pit lane. It's when to choose when to go for King Nakamura Berta. He leads over Lucas Samalesto. Weldon in P3, who is his championship rival. He's 53 points, Weldon, and it could extend after today. Nakamura Berta goes. Weldon, he can't pass until the race until the line. So when does he pass? He can pass now. They all spread out. The Italian F4 grid is about to go wild here in Monza. They fan out nearly 6-7 wide before turn 1. What a risk from Newman Chi. Goes down the inside and takes second place. Newman Chi, what a move. But there's a car off the road. Multiple cars off the road. I think 6 or 7. There's a car spun in the background. Was that a car spun? No, it wasn't. But a car off the road. They're side by side. I think that's Luke. No, that's not Lucas Samalesto, but that's one of his teammates. Newman Chi leads over Samalesto, Weldon, Hanna in P5, and Harrison in P6. What a start. What a restart from all these drivers. So far, so good, but the commentator's curse might just start cursing everybody here. Oh, there's a lock-up on contact! Contacted off the road in a big way! And now they're in the barrier, no! But contacted off the road from 2 drivers. I think that's Oliverieri, who is off the road as well. No, that's not Oliverieri. But they're 3 wide down the back straight. They're going to go 3 wide down the second back straight of this circuit. That's someone covered to the left-hand side. I think that's Harrison who covered on one of the Alpine Academy drivers. That was Strange Bondarov, who was leading in race 1. Oh, nearly big contact. That is definitely an unsafe release from the number 71. Nearly big contact. Oh, that was very much a nearly an unsafe release. Oh my god, that was scary. Weldon down inside. Move done on Hanna. He moves himself up into P3, but that was nearly an unsafe release. Oh my god. King Nakamura Berta leads this race by over Newman Chi in P2. Schropp has got a drive-through penalty. The Genza Motorsport Argentina with a drive-through penalty, possibly for jumping the start. Nakamura Berta over Chi in P2. Weldon has just dropped behind Samalesto. Someone's cut the corner at turn 1. Nearly made big contact to the car in front. They're 2 by 2 coming out of the chicane. As cars passing in the background, but we're focused on this one. It's the number 4. This is Cosma trying to get around the outside of Savalunga. But Nakamura Berta still leads. This is the battle. This is the number 77. So this is Vinales in the background. 5-second penalty for Kostov, the Chinese driver. There's multiple cars cut the corner at the second chicane. But apart from that, clean start. Many cars cut and a few off the road with a bit of damage and a few unsafe releases. There's going to be race control going to be looking into that, most likely. If it's not going on up the front, it's going on down the back. The two Prema Racing drivers are leading 1-2 at the moment, and the fastest lap of the race, 154.484, 154.489, the fastest lap of this race, 182 kilometers an hour from King Nakamura Berta. It's 0.8 lap margin to his teammate of Newman Chi, and then back is Samalisto, who is in this championship fight ever so slightly. That is Ruta trying to get up the inside of Harrison. Does he get the move done? Ruta on the inside. He's got the drag on him. Does he though? No, he doesn't. The white line there is there, of course. If you pass the white line, that is exceeding track limits. And, well, let's just say race control won't be very happy with you. Oh, that's right to the outside from Ruta. He comes back to the outside, inside. Sadly, it's the inside run for the next corner for Harrison. Harrison off the road. Harrison straight on the Alpine Academy driver, cutting the chicane indefinitely. So that might be looked at from race control or by race control. Meanwhile, side by side with Harrison, is that off the road? That's the number 27. That's not Newman Chi. But that is his teammate. One of his teammates. That is Bondarab in the gravel. Bondarab there in the gravel. That's not good. There will be a safety car added to this race. That's not a good sight. Car going straight on. And I think that's Harrison off, Tony Harrison off the road, the young American, who won't be happy with that, but I think he's got very minor right front suspension damage on that car. Safety car is out here with 11 minutes to go in this one. Safety car is out. 11 minutes plus 1 lap remaining. And let's take a look at the replay of what happened here with Bondarab, and just got touched by another car in the rear end. It's tire-to-tire contact, and in that situation, you just end up going spinning. There's no control that you have. Bang! And there might be a bit of rear suspension damage. There's definitely floor damage, or more or less side port damage to the right-hand side of that car. That is 2 cars going off the road in the background on the replay. Still not sure actually who those 2 cars are that have gone off the road, but quite a big moments there. Oh, he's just been shoved off there. That's the number 71 off the road, but Bondarab will be retrieved here, and that is the number 19 of Harrison. That is sadly out. Sorry, that's Anurag out of this race. So yeah, there's left front and right front suspension. So both sides of that car have suspension damage. Quite unfortunately there. Not 34 minutes, I'm looking at my stream timer. 9.5 minutes to go in this one. We've cut down 21 minutes of this race. We've had around about 5 laps of green flag racing. So time is really being cut down. We've had about 6 laps in this race. So we haven't actually really got the chance to go flat stick for a number of laps. But the safety car returns to the field. And will continue to control the field here. But Newman Chi and King Nakamura Berta. King Nakamura Berta on the road to take 2 race victories in a row, which, if they finish the way it is, which will extend the championship lead to, it's going to be by 13 points. So the championship lead will be extended to nearly 60 points in the overall championship. That's big. Yeah, that's a big championship statement to have against your name. There's 63 points heading into the next round. So that's big. 63 points for a championship lead. And his teammate, Newman Chi, behind him, is on road to take the rookie race win, that will bump him up a few spots in the overall rookie championship as well. So Yuan Chi has had a really good weekend. He did say with Lara Cola that he wanted to get some good scored points this weekend. I think he might just do that. I think he might score some pretty good points here today. He's very much on to take those good points today. And if he does so, it will very much change the complex of his year in a big way. Safety car is in this lap, so quick recovery there from the marshalling crew. We now go green flag with 7.5 minutes to go. Safety car is in this lap. Big week of streaming still to come. We have the endurance race. Then, of course, the special stream that will be happening on Thursday. Then, of course, no streams Friday. Saturday, though. Big. Yes, there will be streams Friday. There will be Saturday. There will be streams Saturday. No streams Friday, from what I know of. But Saturday, there will be the Spa 24 Hours Super Pole, followed by Formula 1 and High Taco Super Series. So I just sort of need to fit those into a schedule. With the High Taco Super Series, I'll probably do the morning session and the afternoon session. But a big week of racing here. So, big week of streaming. I get 2 days off. Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, practically only Tuesday and Wednesday I get off streaming. So, it just doesn't end. Tuesday and Wednesday. The Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday are the 3 days I get off streaming. Absolutely amazing. King Nakamura Bertolo leads this race over Newman Chi in P2. He sits behind Weldon, who is in P3. He's hard to miss. That's the Gainbridge yellow and black car. Welcome back, Elizabeth. Welcome back. 6.5 minutes to go in this one. You're lucky when you came back when you did. 6.5 minutes to go. And it's going to be a stunning finish. 1 and 3 in the championship. 1 and 2 in the championship are 1 and 3. It's King Nakamura Berta and Weldon in P3. This is going to be good. Nakamura Berta trying to break the slipstream, but guess who gets up the inside? It's his teammate Newman Chi. They run nearly 4 wide. That is Samalisto who's trying to get involved as well. Who comes? He gets to the inside. It's the 2 championship leaders. Do they make contact? No, they don't. But Weldon cuts the corner out turn when he takes the lead. But he will have to try and retake. He will have to try and hand back that position. There's action going on back there in the field. And Elizabeth has just asked a question in the chat. I will get to that in a few moments' time. But there are 2 Prema racing cars side by side as they run down into turn 6 and turn 7. Newman Chi leads this race. Weldon gave the position back. But guess what? Our championship leader has dropped back to P4, King Nakamura Berta. I think he knew he was going to get attacked on that safety car restart by a number of drivers. No, that's not King Nakamura Berta, but there's 2 cars off the road down there. There might be another safety car if those cars can't get retrieved out of the gravel. Wow, Newman Chi leads, possibly with another safety car about to happen, or unless that's just a trip through the gravel. There. But so far so good. I'm going to read the chat. There's suspension damage. Oh, and that is Da Vinci. He is the Australian who is in a huge amount of pain. Oh my god. He might have had contact with another driver he's limping quite badly. He might have had big contact with the barrier. That's out of turn 6. Big contact with the barrier. He's limping really badly. So the medical crew will get to him immediately there. But, so that might have been a big hit with the wall quite heftily. But the safety car is out. We're going to read the chat. Beating a shirtless stream record soon. You'll be making 24-hour streams this way. Yeah, I will. When you're commentating something interesting, don't get yourself distracted with chat. Okay, I will try not to. But yeah, that's quite sad. The Australian Da Vinci is out of this race. He did have quite a bad limp on him, so the medical crew will get to him. Possibly that might have just been the fact that he just got winded there with the hit with the barrier. That has happened to me on a few occasions. Newman Chido, who leads this race, Weldon, Nakamura Berta, and Samalisto, Hannah Harrison, Varancy up into P7, who started P18, P7, Livrieri, Savarukin in P9, and Enzo Frey in P10. That is a really good start there, but that is what happened. Oh, big hit with the barrier. That's substantially moved the barrier there, so Da Vinci pleading to that reason as to why he was pleading for air, possibly winded. So he did have two lots of contact. One contact with the car next to him, and then another lot of contact with the wall, and then of course the bumps from the gravel probably winded him just that little bit more. So it's not a good feeling when that happens. Definitely not a good feeling. Yeah, so not good at all. Safety car is out though with 2.5 minutes to go in this one. The Audi safety car is out. I was about to say the Mercedes-AMG GT3 safety car is out, but it's not that. It is the Audi safety car out on the circuit. Anyways, that's going to be good. But yeah, beating your stream record soon, you'll make 24-hour streams this way. Yeah, that's most likely what will happen. I will most likely end up on a 24-hour stream trying to beat that. It's gonna be fun. Very much gonna be fun to try and beat that. I'm hoping I can go for 1 hour. I mean, I've done 30 minutes. I'm hoping I can go for 1 hour. I'm hoping I can go for 1 hour. Very much hoping for that. That would be quite cool to get 1 hour. But yeah, those sorts of streams were really chill. I mean, dude, that was really chill when I done that stream on Thursday. It was unbelievable. I mean, I was so relaxed. I could chat with you guys. It was so nice. Sounds good, yeah. It's very vibe. You get a good vibe out of it. Yeah, it was fun, to be honest. Good vibes, yeah. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that stream. I guess you just get that relaxed vibe in it. It's good. I like it. But yeah, safety car is in this lap. We have 67 seconds to go in this one. 1 minute and 5 seconds if you don't know your maths properly. 1 minute and 1 second now. So we will safety car win this lap. So good officiating there from our race director to bring the safety car in this lap and probably move cars behind the walls just to bring a bit of racing here. This time around, there will be 2 laps to go. Newman Chi leads this race over what is, I think, Samalisto. No, it's Weldon, then King Nakamura Berta, then Samalisto, then Hannah back in P5. Now, King Nakamura Berta is back in he's back in P5, King Nakamura Berta. This is going to have to be a pretty good start. Weldon in P2 has a really good chance to win this race. This is about to get intense. Put your hands on your heads here because this might get intense. How will the weather be on the shirtless stream since last time you said it was cold? I'm not sure, but I will definitely check. That one. Thank you for reminding me. You remind me of a lot of stuff, Elizabeth. It's very helpful. Very helpful. Oh, God! Who's that? There's contact in the background. Oh, just before the same. Not even when we went up to full speed, there's a car off road. Oh my God! When I said heads on heads, I didn't mean contact. Those drivers not playing smart there, but there's a car off the road. That's the RSGP car off the road on the right hand side on the front straight. Weldon, and that's King Nakamura Berta, I think, side by side. I think that might be Hannah. There's a car going straight on. Down there as well, avoiding the polystyrene boards. But apart from that, this race start, there was contact before we even got to 100% speed. Oh my, what happened there? Contact before we got 100% speed in. It was Weldon and Nakamura Berta. Nakamura Berta came together. They both came together, and I think Weldon's out. I think Weldon might be out of this race, and Nakamura Berta, who is both out of this race. That's big in the championship. Newman Chi's teammate might just take the win. I didn't even notice that. That was King Nakamura Berta out of this race, and Weldon not even in the points. Some Listo has a good chance to catch everybody in the championship here. My hands are sweaty, and I think Newman Chi, the Chinese driver starting 6th in this race, might just win. What a result! The Chinese driver Newman Chi, the two championship rivals, are out of this race. Weldon is still in. Nakamura Berta is out. He's got suspension damage. I think, yes, he does. He has suspension damage. Heftily suspension damage as well on that back straight. Oh my god. That's big. But Newman Chi, take a bow, my friend. You take the checkered flag first. You are the winner of the final race in Italian F4. 3 different winners in 3 different races. This has been a tense weekend. Wow. 3 different winners showing this is the most competitive junior racing league in the world, the Italian F4 Championship. One of the most competitive, one of the most toughest to win, and Newman Chi has just done it. He's pulled it out of the bag from 6th with a few incidents. Let's take a listen to what happened here.
In the background, coming together, it looked to be with Al Sulati. He wasn't the only one. Lorimer going around Coppola. Newman Chi in P1. So watch this into the chicane. Nakamura Berta on the outside. Oh, with Weldon, they drive each other into the gravel. 1st and 2nd in the series.
Wow, that's big. So they just drove each other. Was that... I'm not even sure. I think that was Weldon that drove him into the gravel there. If this championship couldn't get any more tenser, it just has. King Nakamura Berta and Weldon have just come together on the final lap of this race. If this championship couldn't get any better, I don't know what else can. Wow. They come together on the final lap of the race. And they just made contact. It was just really silly racing. Oh. That was really silly there. I don't know why they did that. But Newman Chi, though, with the race win, they just made unnecessary contact into turn 1. I mean, so the exit of turn 1 was fine, but then when they got to the apex at turn 2, it was just, oh, stuff it, let's make contact. And they both went off. I think race control are going to have a look at that. That's Weldon pushing King Nakamura Berta off the road. I don't know. But when we get to the next round, I guess we will find out whether or not King Nakamura Berta or Weldon either get... I reckon it's Weldon that gets the penalty here. He's been pushed off the road, and in the process has knocked Nakamura Berta out of the points. Both of them are out of the points, but Nakamura Berta further down the field, proving the fact that it was possibly purposeful. I reckon it's purposeful by the way that that's happened there. But action aplenty, as always, in the Italian F4 Championship. And if you're in a bad mood, let me tell you this much, it makes you smile. It very much will. The Italian F4 Championship always makes the average human smile with the amount of excitement there is. We're building up to the Italian GT Championship as well. I think that's... No, sorry, TCR. TCR is running after this. We're building up to the TCR race, which will be coming up straight after this. I won't be streaming that, but you can go check it out on the TCR World Tour channel if you're watching the stream. But I would definitely recommend heading over to that one to watch that stream.
In the Italian series, Newman drones on into pit lane. He takes his first victory. Oh, no, Prema Racing Team celebrates.
Wait 20 minutes.
Laura spoke to him on the grid, and she'll speak to young Newman as well. He takes his first victory in the Italian F4 Championship. Congratulations. Newman Chi, he wins at the Temple of Speed here at Monza. There's Salim to the right of your screen. Third outright, second rookie, Newman Chi, top rookie, and the outright victory here this morning. Racing with us in WSK International World Karting, starting a good half decade ago in the 60 mini category. Wow, a breakthrough win for the driver from the People's Republic of China. Newman Chi, he spoke to Laura Cola before the grid, and he's down in pit lane as a race winner.
Well, first and well-deserved victory. You took full advantage after the restart, after the second safety car, and no mistake in the last one.
Yeah, it was like the restarts were like almost perfect. I was honestly very satisfied with it. Like I don't really have much words to say because this is probably the best race I've ever raced in my life yet, and I will do better in the future for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Newman makes his way up to the podium along with Luca and Salim as we take a look at the highlights of the final race here this morning. King Nakamura Berta from pole position, a great getaway from Luca Samalisto and Max Popov. Sebastian Weldon from the outside front row of the grid, but King Nakamura Berta, KMB down into turn one in position one as Luca moved up into second place, Sebastian giving him space. That's the corner ultimately where Nakamura Berta and Weldon would come together on the final lap of the race. Already Newman Chi making his way on through the first safety car intervention. And then this, Alexander Bondarev into the gravel for the third time this weekend. The Williams rookie was out. Sebastian Weldon tried to repeat what he did yesterday, almost pulled off another sensational move. Relinquished the place to Newman Chi, who was back into P1. Lucas Samalisto in second place. Bart Harrison, a great drive to finish in P4. Dante Vinci into the gravel, bringing out the safety car for the final time. Newman Chi critically had gone through to P1, had to defend, and then watch this. First and second in the championship, second and third in the race. The two teammates, Nakamura Berta and Sebastian Weldon, drive each other into the gravel. They both rejoin. Nakamura Berta finishing 21, Sebastian Weldon 12, but Newman Chi takes victory for the first time in the Italian F4 Championship here at Monza. A well-deserved victory for young Newman. Salim Hanna, the Colombian, second in the rookie race, third outright. Lucas Samalisto second. Once again, a great pleasure to have the great Giancarlo Minardi recently relinquishing his role of president of the Imola Formula One circuit, but a very popular figure in the paddock. Great to have Mr. Giancarlo presenting the trophies to third place Salim, second Luca, and Newman smiling on the top step of the podium. Newman Chi wins for the first time in the Italian F4 Championship. Standing on the podium with Lucas Samalisto and Salim Hanna, the young Colombian rookie. Aprema Racing 1-3, split by Luca in second place. King Nakamura Berta finishes down in 21st position in a frustrating final race of the weekend here at Monza. But the Japanese driver is still the championship leader. Going to round 4, that's on July 13 at the former home of the Tuscan Formula One Grand Prix as the boys celebrate on top of the podium. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage here this morning. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at Mugello for round 4 on July 13.
Oh, I had to shower. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was not convenient. I had 4 minutes and I got out just switched to shirt, should have kept out. No, I showered. You probably can't tell, but I showered. I had 4 minutes. Oh, that was, I was fighting against the clock because I knew. So you managed a quick shower. I did. It took me about 3 minutes. So you got me saved water. But I mean, I knew it was gonna take about 3 minutes for the podium, the interviews, all that sort of stuff. So I quickly grabbed my stuff, went to go have a shower, and I made it out as the intro rolls. Imagine if I was muted that whole time. I've done that before. I've just stayed muted for the whole time. That would not be funny. But of course, I'll be back tomorrow. It wouldn't have been funny if I was muted. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for the official 2-hour go-kart endurance race to happen. But thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for the 2 likes on the stream. But I timed that so perfectly. I'm so happy with myself. If you guys enjoy, hit like button, subscribe, and plenty more content on the way. I practically only get 3 days off. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, I think. So 3 days off. So we're in the mud, but if you guys enjoy, hit like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow night from 5:30 for the official 2-hour go-kart endurance race. I'll catch you guys then. Bye-bye.